talk about something different, but I just want to talk for a second because I want to get people's opinions really on this. So obviously, in some schools, not in all schools, that you have to do another language in secondary schools primarily. You can either do German or French or Spanish in some schools. In my school in particular, you have to do French. It's compulsory to do French. You have no other choice. You can either do French, but you can do French in your leaving sort. But it depends on who if there's more a lot of people who want to do it. You can't do German. Sorry, French is compulsory basically. So for the last 4 years, I didn't do French. People, because again, it was too much of me. I find it very hard to do maths. I can barely spell. I can barely do grammar. As you know, I'm dyslexic. It's a lot on me. I can't do Irish. Again, it's a lot on me to barely do maths. I can't do maths literally to save my life. It's like literally, I can't do it whatsoever, and I can't spell nearly to save my life. My grammar is literally the worst thing ever. So it's not the best idea to be going mixing myself into foreign languages and not being able to understand them. As teachers said, it's not much benefit. But apparently this year is different because they just want me to do it. Even though, again, it makes no sense even when you can't even do simple maths and simple English. Um, but again, this is the thing. They're generally, as I know some people who did French in school, they never use it. And I must be honest, they never used it. I asked actually one person I know who lives around me, lives in my village. They went to the same college and they went and done the same French course. And they done the same classes in French. And they said they never used it. They never used it after school and it was pointless. At the end of the day, they said it was pointless and it was a waste of time because they could have learned other things. And this person's an accountant. He never uses French. So he said it could have learned more in, it could have learned more in metalwork or woodwork or etc. 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 Because he's an accountant. Maths was more important. As he said, maths was more important to me. Calculations, getting percentages, things like that. It was more important to him than French, and it took some of his focus away from maths, as he said, and I think he's right in a certain extent because I think it should be. You can do it if you want, but again, they can't force you. And again, some schools you have a choice. You can not do it if you want, and that's simple. But I think it should be the way that you have a choice. You can't be forced into do it. And again, it's ridiculous that I have to do it. I never done it 4 years before. But again, the Great Irish Republic, isn't it? But again, it's ridiculous because again, majority of us in Ireland, we don't really go to we do go on holidays, but the vast majority of people in Ireland don't really, when they go on holidays, probably speak French over in France. Let's be honest. Um, and again, as I said with the Irish, I done Irish when I was very, very young. And again, the teachers more or less said at the time it was hopeless. And there was assessment done on me when I was probably about when a junior sort of probably first class, that I was just literally hopeless and there was no point in really doing it because it's just wasting time with me. But that's more or less what was said in that report because again back then it was very hard language to hit you with. Um, but that was basically what I was told. There was not much use of because again at the time I was very very isolated from myself and very very isolated from everybody. Very hard to socialise things like that. Um, so as they said, was pointless. But still I do agree with them. But I did learn a small bit Irish, which was good. And I would like to learn Irish, I must be honest with you, but I tried and I tried and I tried, but it's just that it's useless. With me with dyslexia, it's which and a bit of autism, it's absolutely just pure blank useless. And I must be honest with you, like even if I tried hours and hours a day to do it, I just couldn't do it. I picked up a few words, which is good. Barnia is milk, door is door, letters is toilet, can't think of anything else. Um, Modro is dog. So I picked up a few. At least people can say, I did it. At least I learned something. At least I learned some kind of small bits Irish. Again, same as the French. I couldn't tell you bonjour. I think it's the only thing that I know, and I think that's hello. And I couldn't tell you anything else apart from that. And that's because all the popular catchphrases in films and things like that. That's how I learned it. But yeah. In fairness to my teachers, my French teachers, I have to say, fair play to you because I would probably throw myself out the window if I was in your position, because dealing with me, who doesn't have a notion, um, I have to say, quite a commitment. I think it's a credit to my teacher, my French teachers, for putting up with me. So fair play to you. And I think they really deserve a paycheck, Norman Foley, for the commitment to trying to teach me French. But God loves a try at the end of the day. Again, I do my best as I always do in my French classes. I just don't sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not going to bother." I do my best, but at the end of the day, it's to me and to many people. It's just like bang your head against the wall for 25 days of the week. You just don't. Nothing picks you pick up nothing at the end of the day. You pick up nothing. You might see something, like I could probably maybe tell if you put the words in front of me, like that might be that or that might be that, but I couldn't say them. I couldn't understand. It's hard. It's hard to explain, but it's just pure idiocracy, I suppose. But again, God loves to try at the end of the day. You do your best, but again, let me know what you think, because some people say it's just a waste of time. It should be the basics. You've maths and English is very important for young people going into life. Say if you get a job in the morning, doing your wages, if you have to do your wages for the revenue, the bollocks is in the revenue. Excuse my language, the people who take the money away from the Calvin people. Yes. But yeah. Because obviously maths is very important, and obviously English is important if you have to write up essays or something like that. They are important, two important subjects. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody, and subscribe more. Let me know what you think, and bye.